Hi everyone, my name is Mary and I am 50 years old and I just want to share with you my journey with lupus. I would say that I probably had lupus in my early 40s. However, I was undiagnosed. Before turning 40, I was the most active, outgoing person, and all of a sudden I just started feeling weakness, tired, achy. So I went to my doctor. I explained to them how I was feeling, and first thing they told me was that it was hormonal, that I was probably going through premenopause, and gave me two options. One option was to go on birth control to kind of regulate the hormones, or to go on to an antidepressant. I decided not to go on birth control because I was 40 years old and tried the antidepressants. I did it for 3 days and that was it for me, because I've never had depression or anxiety and I just felt horrible. I would say about maybe 6 months later, I went for my wellness at my GYN, and while I was sitting in the waiting room, they had some literature on BioTE, which is kind of a hormonal pellet that they place on your butt cheek. And as I was reading the pamphlet, I saw that all the symptoms I had. So I inquired, and she did some blood tests, and my hormones were a little bit off, and I decided to give it a shot. The first pellet that was inserted, I felt amazing. I would tell you within 2 days, I was at the gym, I was feeling energy, I had no aches, no pains, no this, no that, and I felt like I had found the miracle cure to what I was feeling. With the pellet, with the BioT pellet, you take it you have to get it inserted every 3 to 4 months. So for my second round, I did my second pellet, but didn't feel like I had the same reaction. I thought maybe that my body was still immune to it, and I maybe needed a higher dosage. So I just kind of waited it out for another 3 to 4 months and decided to do my third pellet. I explained to her that I did not get the same benefits as my first pellet, and she gave me the third, even with a little booster, and it did nothing. So I just decided to stop because I was paying $300 and it was out of pocket, and it wasn't working for me. I would say a couple of months after that, I went to the dentist for my cleaning, and he noticed a sore in my mouth, and he thought maybe I bit into something and irritated it, so he monitored it for 2 weeks, and it was just kind of getting worse. So he referred me to an oral surgeon. I went to an oral surgeon. They were concerned that could have been cancer or something going on. They did a biopsy of the top of my mouth, which was the worst experience in my life. I mean, I have a son who's 30 and I have a daughter who's 20, and it didn't compare to anything like giving birth. Results came in. They told me it was type of fungus, so on and forth. The best thing that happened to me was that my insurance company, actually my job changed insurance, so I had Humana and I had to switch to Aetna, which was finding a new doctor, because luckily my old doctor did not participate. So a friend of mine recommended me to a doctor, Dr. Anlis, and I was just feeling weak and tired. My husband had said, go see the doctor. And I'm a teacher, so I make my appointments during my breaks, spring break. It was during when COVID happened. And I went for my physical, and I told her, hey, I am feeling tired. My mouth has sores. Oh, God. I'm sorry, that was my husband. My mouth was sore, and I showed her some boils that I had and some bruising that I had. And right away she said to me, I believe you have an autoimmune disease. So she did the lab work, and bingo. My blood work levels were off the roof. I was diagnosed with lupus, and she referred me to a rheumatologist. I started my treatment. They did more in-depth blood tests, and it was definitely high levels of SLE lupus. And she started me on medications, and the first one I took was Plaquenil. Now, mind you, when this happened was when the state shut down. You heard on the news, Plaquenil was the cure for COVID, and it was pretty hard for me to get. I was only able to get 10 every week because of the high demand. It did well for me for a couple of months, but I started feeling lots of flares and feeling sick again like I was. So we went on to a different medication. And when I went on a different medication, it kind of caused, I think one of the side effects was being anxious. I never had any mental health, and I started feeling very anxious, not depressed. It got so bad that I ended up having to take an FMLA from work. Went through that trial. I can go on and on for so many medications that I've tried, and they only work for a short period of time. This year in February, my rheumatologist talked to me about taking Benlysta, which is the first treatment that is solely to treat lupus. And it is an infusion type or an injectable type. Being that I am a teacher and I read about the side effects, I decided to wait to summer, just because one of the side effects is that it can make you really, really weak. And as a middle school teacher, I can't afford to do that. And plus, for the first 3 infusions, they have to be bi-weekly. So I just couldn't afford to miss out of work. I am going this morning for my first treatment of Benlysta, and I just wanted to share my experience with you, and I will keep you posted on how my first infusion went. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. If you like my video, please like it. If you want to continue the journey with me, please subscribe. Thank you. Wish me luck. Bye.